It's always when I want to start shooting or filming, the dog gets in the way. Hey y'all, it's me, just an ordinary Joe. Today I just wanted to share something with you that I think is absolutely fantastic. Now, the only reason I'm sharing it with you is because I haven't seen any recent videos about this gun that I'm about to show you. I saw a lot of videos, dozens of videos about this weapon that was previewed at a SHOT Show. And when I saw it, I was saying to myself, I absolutely have to get this gun. And so last November, I bought this gun, and it's just been sitting in the gun store for, let's see, I just picked a, so it's been sitting in there for about 10 months. And because I was waiting on a tax stamp because the gun is suppressed. Now, I don't mean it has a suppressor on it. It is suppressed. And since I said that, you probably know what this gun is. Sub 2000 QCB. Now, first of all, let's just get some out of the way. I'm not a gun reviewer. I like guns. I know about guns. In fact, I was an Apache pilot in the military. So I like guns. So, but I want to share this with you. So please be easy on me in the comments, because I just wanted to share it. So look, I had that so you can see that. Shame on me. Let's try that again. So got my backpack. Now you can't see what's in it. And for those of you who have one, you know that this is a fantastic weapon. And here it is. Let's put that over there. It is the Kel-Tec Sub 2000 QCB. Now, this weapon is fantastic. I don't own a Sub 2000, but I've seen hundreds of videos about the Sub 2000 because I do like watching gun reviews. Shout out to Carrier Training, one of my favorite channels. So there's two big differences that I've noticed. Well, three, because I've cleaned this gun. The first is that it can have an optic on it. Now, the videos that I watched, people had optics on it, but they had to either jerry-rig it at a 45-degree angle so they could get it in the case, or take it off altogether, then put it back on when they wanted to fire it. But this, as you can see, I have the angle, I have the optic right here at the side. You keep it on, and then I can just keep it in my backpack, which I don't know if you could do that with the Sub 2000. I don't own one, so that it might be. But this is one big difference. So now with this one, as you open it up and you see the tab here, and this is what I do. I just twist it 90 degrees, open it up, put a little tab in there, and voila. But before we even continue, let me just, I know it's empty, but always got to be safe. Every time you pick up a gun, you always assume that it's loaded. So here it is. This is the Sub 2000, but it's just suppressed. And you can tell that the big difference is that you can see the barrel is a little bit heftier, has that end cap to protect the baffles that are in there. Now in here, you have 4 steel baffles and 11 aluminum baffles, so for a total of 15, and that is where you get your suppression at. So now, the second big thing that I noticed about it is obvious, it's suppressed. And I mean, boy, this bad boy shoots quietly. Now, I did a lot of research before I got this weapon, and I come to understand that to get the best or the quietest sounding rounds coming out of this is you needed to shoot about a 147 grain or higher. So I was fortunate enough to order a box, maybe 2-3 boxes of 147 and fired it. And I'm telling you, it feels like a 22. I mean, hardly, it's negligible, the recoil, which is really awesome. And even though I probably could have shot this without hearing protection, I didn't. But it shoots great. Now, the other cool thing about this, which is different than the Sub 2000, is, as I said, is that you can't see it here, but on this one right here, it actually has a brass bolt, which, as I understand, didn't come with the original Sub 2000 Generation 1. It might come with the Generation 2, don't know for sure, but this one has a heavy brass bolt. Now, what difference does it make? I have no idea because I don't have a sub 2000, but it is cool, and I understand from watching videos that some of the other ones didn't have it. So there you go. It is just a cool weapon. And what I really like about it, as some people call it a backpack gun, I've heard people call it a truck gun, is that you can actually carry it in several ways. So you open up the tab, open up the trigger guard, and then, trigger guard, and then you can go to fold it. So now you can do a couple of ways. You can fold it, twist it, and carry it just like that, just like a regular sub 2000. But your optic will be up here if you just have a regular optic. And while you can take this and stick it in a bag like this, a backpack, what'll happen is you'll have your optic kind of like that banging around, which I don't know if it would damage it or not, but I just wouldn't want to do it. So the other way is that you can just unclick this here, rotate it another 45 degrees or so. Now it won't catch on this, but you really don't need it, because what happens is that if you rotate it at 90 degrees, you see this thing right here, this little click, it clicks in there just like it would if you had it like this. See how it clicks in there when, got the gun upside down, sorry. Clicks in there, turn it one at the barrel, how it clicks in there like this. Take that same thing, pull it up, turn 90 degrees, it clicks right back in there. Boom, just like that. That bad boy's not twisting, it's not going anywhere. Now you have your optic, which is flush with the weapon, and it fits in there. I don't know if you can see that, it fits in there just like that. So absolutely fantastic. Get up again. I want to just turn it 90 back that way. Click it in. Yep. So, and that's it. It is, but for all intents and purposes, this is the same exact weapon as a sub 2000. It's just suppressed. Now, about firing this, I was a little concerned because it said to get the best, make it the quietest you needed to shoot 147 or above. Now, I'm not really familiar with shooting suppressed weapons, just not my thing, but it is now. So I shot 147, excellent. So it was a shortage of getting 147s. Pretty much, it's hard to get 147 around where I live. So what I did is I bought a bunch of 115 and 124, and I went to the range and shot it. And even at shooting 115, it's still quiet, so much so that the range attendant came up to me and said, "Hey, what are you shooting? Is that the sub 2000? I said, "Yeah." So he thought I actually had a suppressor on it, but then he took a look at it, he saw that it was suppressed, and he said, even with the 115, he's walking around, he said, "That's really quiet." And so then when I shot the 124, it's even quieter than shooting the 115s. So even though you don't get the full benefit of it being, as they say, Hollywood quiet, it is still a quiet gun, even at shooting 115. And the recoil is really, really manageable, and you get these really, really, really great shot groups. Now, that's because I'm using this is a Holosun Red Dot HS503CU. But when I was firing it at the gun range before I was able to bring this home, I was just firing it just without this. There's no sights on it, so just straight point and shoot Kentucky windage. And I'm telling you, this gun, you already know that the Kel-Tec sub 2000 is an accurate gun right out the box. But now that it's suppressed with 147s, I mean, fantastic. In fact, I was debating whether I should get a scope or not, because what I would use it for, it was doing my shot groups were really good, probably the size of my iPhone. Now, I know for some of you out there who are fantastic shooters that's not big, but you know what? iPhone, 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 iPhone. Good enough for me. But anyway, so what I'm going to do on the next video is, because I'm not going to leave you high and dry, is I'll take this to the range and I'm going to fire 115 9mm hollow 9mm rounds through this, and 124 and then 147s. Now, if I can find something higher than a 147, I'll get that and fire that also. And then you'll be able to at least hear and be able to see if you can hear the difference, but also see the recoil, because the recoil, the amount of recoil is just insane. That the amount of recoil, the decreased amount of recoil is insane, if I'm saying that right. But anyway, there you have it. Just wanted to share this. Hopefully more people will get their tax stamps and we'll start seeing more demonstrations about this what this weapon can do. And the more I fire it, if I find something interesting about it, I'll be sure to make another video. Now, please go easy on me in the comments, because I'm not a gun reviewer. I just like guns. I'm not afraid of guns. And yeah, there you go. Take it easy. Just an ordinary Joe with an ordinary gun, because this bad boy is nice. And you know what? I'm gonna give you a bonus. For those of you who've watched all the way to the end, I have a bonus gun I'm gonna show you that is just as interesting as this. And I'll do a separate video on it, but I will just show it to you. So hold on just a second. To some, this might just be a gun that has a niche. Okay, to some, this might just be a niche or gun that really is just a gimmick, but it's absolutely not. It is a fantastic weapon, and this is the SRM 1216 shotgun with a rotating barrel. The is already empty, but we'll do this again. Boom. Got the bolt backs on safe. This is a crazy weapon, but it is a great shotgun. I just recently got this, not recently, but a couple of months ago. But the cool thing about it, and like I said, I'll make a separate video on it, but I just wanted to show it to you because you stuck around to the end of the video, is that it's actually a rotating tube. So you fire it, rotate it. It's just awesome. So there you go. The magazine, it's a rotary magazine. Each tube holds 4 rounds. 4 times 4, 16. So 16 rounds of firepower, one shotgun without having to reload. Anyway, that was your bonus. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just an ordinary Joe. Bye.